Good evening. Welcome back to Frugal Outdoors and myself, Dylan. And we're out. It's the Monday after the comp, and I did really well. I won it. I was chuffed. I won it with the heaviest bag, and I got the heaviest fish. So yeah, really good session for me. That was plenty of bream, which was amazing. So I managed to take some home. We had ceviche, we had Coronas, we had some tequila. We made a real night of it. It was brilliant. So we are out tonight, and we are fishing a place called Redcliff, which is just on the west of Sandown. It's quite a shallow beach. It is a beach. It's not a shingle beach, it's a sand beach. A little bit out of my comfort zone, to be honest. I've fished Sandown a few times, but these are the only places I actually fish that are actually sandy. So there's going to be some moving around. We're following the tide down, maybe fishing 2-3 hours down, 2-3 hours back up. So we're fishing over low. I've got sand eels, I've got squid, and I've got mackerel. So target is rays, and hopefully, yeah, we can pick anything else up. Sometimes get bass down here, sometimes get the odd turbot down here, but predominantly we're looking for a ray. So I'm going to get set up. I'll show you the little journey down. It's a little bit of a trek. It's not too bad. Certainly one of the shorter walks that we do. Down here with Tom at the moment. He's over there getting set up, and we're expecting a couple of more chaps to turn down. So let's get it on. God, cannot see. Is that even on? Just got the screen the wrong way around, that's why I can't see. Right, so baited up, ready to go. Tom's already got one rod in the water, so I'll quickly show you what rigs I'm using to start with. At least it may well change, but let's have a quick look and then we'll get these out. Okie dokie. So on my right hand rod, my heavier of the two rods, which is the Tournament Pro Surf, I've got a long Portsmouth loop rig, which has got a 2.0 on the top, and that's got a 3.0 pennel on the bottom. So that's mackerel and squid wrap, 6-ounce lead. That one there is a large sand eel, but I've clipped quite a bit of the tail off, and the head, like by the eyes, by the gills. So I'm going to chuck that one out. And on this side, literally just a very, very simple knotted, which thank you Gord for showing me how to do that one, which is a mackerel feather knot. Simple 2-hook flapper with size 2 O'Shanassees. That's on a 6, but like I say, I've got my waders, so I can get out a little bit, punch it in there, and hopefully this may well pick up a bream. This one is obviously targeting rays, maybe a turbot. That one's after the bream, and anything else that comes along. Hopefully we can get a fish or two. Oh, cool, man. There we go, fishing. I forgot to mention, I've got using some different line today. It's actually the line that came with the reels, and I just haven't had the opportunity to really use it because I tend to fish more sort of snaggy areas. Certainly on the West Wight, it's a bit more snaggy. So here's like pretty much clean sand. I'm sure there's one or two snags out there, but it came with the reels when I bought it, and it's super low diameter, so I'm imagining it's maybe 16 pounds. So yeah, so that's what's on there at the moment. Means I can get a little bit further, but obviously I've got my waders on as well. As the tide gets to the bottom, then I probably won't wade out so much, to be honest. As it starts to push up, which isn't going to be in about 2 hours, I won't bother wading out, I wouldn't have thought. I'll cast it out and then let the tide just come in over it, and that will give me that distance anyway. But yeah, we're in. Hopefully we can get something. Absolutely stunning evening. All we need now is a fish. Fingers crossed. But anyway, here's the next rig that I'm going to be putting out. It is that loop rig. This one's just got a couple of beads that are on the top snood, so you can see there it's a size 2.0. The spring on the top. That one clips down onto the other snood, which is there, and that's got a cascade swivel on there. So then that one will clip onto the lead clip. That one clips onto the cascade swivel, and then you get your loop and your line. But it means that both baits are right behind the lead. So in theory, it casts a little bit further, and also when it hits the water, the bait is basically the lead is dispersed in the water, so the impact isn't like destroying your bait basically. But let's say Tom just had a nice little bite. So hopefully, yeah, we can get into a fish. But it is a stunning evening. There we go. So that's the next bait I'm going to put out on that pennel on the bottom. There you can see, nice big sand eel. Sand eel squid wrap, really thin, really streamlined. Hopefully get an extra few yards. Hopefully it gets a ray. My rods haven't moved at all. We've only been fishing for maybe 40 minutes. The first bait change on the right hand rod just about to come in now. To say that, I might be getting a little bit of movement on my scratching rig, but I don't think so. There we go, smooth you down. So, second move down the beach, and there's many casts. But I'm going to just change my bait again, freshen everything up. But I'm leaving it quite a while before I have to move. It's quite a shallow beach, so it's going to move out fair old whack, I reckon. It's not a huge tide, but having one of those seat boxes makes an awful big difference, because I can then bring my rods down, lock them into the back of the seat, and then bring my rod rest down. So makes life a lot easier, because I was struggling before when I had a smaller box. It's a bit of a pain in the backside, to be honest, but there we go. So freshen the baits, hopefully get a fish. Really would like a fish tonight. Like I say, coming back off the back of that comp, confidence is pretty good. So just be nice to get like 2 fish, just a couple of fish. I don't care if it's bream, pouting, anything, as long as the rod's moving. Little strap conger, dogfish, keeps the interest going. Hopefully we can get a ray, but if we don't, it's no biggie. Right, so as that sun's starting to go, I am going to change it up a little bit. So I'm just going to use a pulley, 6 ounce gripper again. I think this is made of maybe 80 pound rig body. And there, because those sand eels have got pretty big really, that's just half a sand eel there, wrapped up with a bit of squid, with a 3.0. It is a wide mouth hook, and I'd prefer it just to be the like the Kamasan, the B940s I think they are. So I've tried to bury it quite deep. So there's still loads of hook showing, but I didn't want it sticking out massively really, because like I say, if something smaller comes along, I would still like to catch it. But that is going to go out now. There we go, so that's out there now. I say Nobby, John and Ben have turned up now as well, so there's 5 of us down there, all fishing 2 rods. Hopefully somebody can get into a fish. So we've been fishing, I've been fishing for 2 hours. These guys have only just turned up, so I think I've probably been fishing for the best part of 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours. I haven't even checked, to be honest. The sun is still up, still daylight, so hopefully when that sun starts to go, we'll get into a fish. Would have hoped to have tried to get one in daylight hours really, but it's always so much more enjoyable than to try and catch a fish when it's daylight. It's much harder, I know that, but it does happen, so it is quite nice to get, you know, for it to happen. And I'm going to leave them to soak for a little bit. I'm going to get another pulley rig sorted out. So basically I'm going to do away with that little flapper rig, and then I'll just alternate then with the 2 pulleys and that loop rig and just slowly loop them round. Hopefully it'll work for a fish. So I'm just going to get another bait ready while we're waiting for the onslaught of bites. It's a mackerel squid wrap this time. So I've taken the fillet off the mackerel, and then I've basically cut that in half, and then I've managed to get, this is quite a decent mackerel, out of the fatter end of the fillet, slice that into 3 sort of finger length pieces. But as you can see, it's quite small. It's not huge, like maybe it's like middle finger for me. I've got small hands anyway. And then I've wrapped a piece of squid up on the flesh side, so sorry, on the skin side, so all the flesh is facing out. Hopefully to get some more scent out there. I mean, not a lot seems to be sort of making a lot of difference, if I'm honest, but every little may help to entice a fish. So that's going on a pulley, and we'll send that very shortly. But I've got to be honest, it is really nice down here. I was a little bit apprehensive about fishing here. I've fished here once before. I didn't do very well, so maybe that has sort of tainted it a little bit. But it's a nightmare with the camera and everything, the tripod, trying to move everything all the time. It is a bit of a pain in the backside, but it is really nice. There's a stunning boat out there, like an old schooner, 2 masts. And it is actually really nice here. Got the backdrop of the cliffs. And like I say, it's just a really big sandy beach. I think we might be close to low. I think we might have got the tide slightly wrong, because it hasn't moved an awful lot in the last half an hour, so hopefully it'll start to push up and maybe switch some fish. I think basically the bottom of the tide should coincide with it getting dark, so you'd like to think that maybe at that point some fish might sort of show up. But we'll keep trying anyway. Right, it's that time. It's too dark for me to really properly see what's going on with my rod tip, so I get the lights set up, get the torches set up. It is now, the tide is on the push, so it's a little bit earlier than we thought. And I'm going to just fish with pulleys, I think, and maybe an up and over. My loop rigs for some reason today just keep tangling every time. I think I've had 3 or 4 casts of them and only 1 has come back completely untangled, so which means that's a sign I'm going to do away with it. You got? I think someone's got a fish. Oh, nice. So John's just had a little ray, lovely little small-eyed painted ray, dinky. I mean, it's about that big, but stunning all the same. It's the first fish that's come off the beach, so yeah, buzzing. So it's like, right, okay, change up some rigs. I've literally just cast 1 rod. I'm going to get an up and over, I think, as well, and I'll whack that out. He had it on a 2-hook flapper by the looks of it. But yeah, chuffer, man. Well done, John. Awesome, mate. I think I might be getting a bite on my right hand rod. I've only just cast it. I didn't actually put an up and over on it. I put a, it's a clipped Wessex rig. So basically a one up, one down, but that bottom one's on a running ledger. I've only got size 1s or 1.0s I think on it. I've got half a sand eel and on one hook, and on the other one I've got a small piece of bluey that Nobby just gave me a couple of small blueys. But yeah, I'll leave that go for a bit. Definitely a little slow nod. Could be a dogfish, could be anything. Could be anything, could be nothing. Who knows? Well, there we go. That's a first for me. Scad on bait. That light is so bright. There we go. But yeah, check that out. Massive gobs on them. Look at it. It's like a bloody funnel. Look at that. Oh. But there we go. Colours are epic. I'll take a picture of that and go on my species. Especially catching it on bait. Yeah, wicked, man. Well, it's not a blank. I did say I just didn't want a blank, didn't I? Would have liked something a bit better than that. Well, there we are. So, saved blank, which is something, I guess. It'd be nice to get something a little bit bigger. But yeah, I will keep that. I'll use that for bait, so at least I've got some fresh bait. Oh, hello. There we go. I thought I was getting another bite. It's another scad. Bit bigger this one as well, look. They are pretty amazing looking fish. I mean, the colours are really cool. It's difficult to see, obviously, because it's night time. But wicked. I mean, I'll take that. That's bait. I mean, if I was fishing with feathers and I was catching these, I'd be chuffed. So I am not going to complain. Yeah, so you know, I've never caught a fish on fresh bait that I've just caught. So there you can see that. I mean, look at the colour of that. It's such a dark red, loads of blood coming out of it. So I've just taken a fillet off and trimmed it down a little bit so I can just make it into a bit of a neater bait. Hopefully whack this out on the very next cast. Boys are getting some strap congers. A bass has come out. So the fish are coming in now, which is nice. Let's say we haven't had to move back, but it's not going to be very long. I have to drag all of this lot back up the beach, say 50 feet or so. I think I might have a bite on my right hand rod. There we go. So Tom's just had a lovely turbot. That's the second one he's had, and that's 2 more than I've had. But mate, they are wicked. Oh, they're quite bumpy, aren't they, on the top?
Aren't they? Very textured.
Yeah, wicked, buddy. Nice one, mate. Well done.
Cheers, buddy.
Yeah, how cool is that? So last time I think I think I fished with Tom since then, but we fished down in Sandown before. We were fishing down, I think it was the night actually I had those rays, and Tom had a turbot down here then. So it's obviously a good venue for turbot. I don't know if it's very good for any other flatfish, sole and stuff like that. But yeah, it's super cool to see. I'd love to get one. I am still on the hunt for a flatfish. Never had any flatfish whatsoever. No sole, no plaice, no flounder, no turbot, no brill. Yeah, on a whole sand eel that was, on a pulley pennel, big 4.0. But they've got huge mouths. When they extend their jaw, it's massive. Yeah, choffering, man, that's wicked. Right, so things have gone a little bit quiet down here at the moment. So I've just freshened up the bait. So just chucked a single sand eel out on a pulley pennel. Not very far. Maybe, I don't know, 70 to 80 yards, something like that. I haven't given it a full whack. And then this one is going out, which is a big bluey and mackerel wrap. So I'm going to chuck this out about the same distance, really. Like I say, the tide's pushing up now, so my thinking is if there's any fish coming in with the tide, don't really need to be wading out and whacking it. Well, that's my theory, and that's what I'm going to try, but we'll see. But yeah, let's get this one in. Ah, well, there we go. My last baits are out there. Getting on for 11:30, so I figure if I can get back to the van for 12 o'clock, hopefully I'll be home for maybe 12:30-ish, and then it won't be ridiculously late. Because I'm starving. I need to have some food, man. I need some toast or something. Cheese on toast, cheese toasty. There we go. Cheese and mustard toasty. But yeah, it's gone really, really slow. All the bites have dropped right off. Let's say, oh no. Just heard somebody shout Raymondo, so got a feeling somebody's got a Ray. So let's go and have a look. Walked all the way down there to try and get it on camera, and he's put it back. £4 painted snobby, but he did say when he put it back in the water, he said a massive sole swam between his legs. Like, said it was a couple of pounds. So yeah, so like I say, those last two are out. I'm not going to give it much longer. I'm going to let them have a soak for 10 minutes or so, and then I am going to start slowly packing up some of my rigs and stuff like that, and get on the road. So I'll give those, like I say, I'll give them a little soak, and then I'll come back. Wow, last cast, I'm into something. I'm into something. Yeah. Pulling, whatever it is. Pulling well. Is it? Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. Welcome. Thanks, buddy. Oh, well, how about that? Last cast. How about that? Last cast. He's got a ray. Little small-eyed ray. Absolutely stunning. I tell you what, let's crank this up a little bit. Actually, maybe able to see it a bit better. Let's get some lights on. There we go. Look at that. That's the thumbnail picture right there. Beautiful. Oh, just heard somebody else shout as well. Another one come out. There we go. Beauty. They are such pretty things. I haven't caught many rays, as you can tell by my excitement. But they are absolutely amazing. Cool, man. Right, let's get this back in. Ah, cool, man. Yeah, I was literally, let's turn that down again now. Now we've seen it. Yeah, I was literally just about to pack my stuff up. But now that rod's in, I am going to pack that up. That was on a half a sand eel on the bottom. Yeah, cool, man. Wicked. Oh, that's made my session. I had those two scad, and then that. So I'm chuffed about that. Yeah, so I'm going to pack that one away, and then I'll bring the other one in. So actually, do you know what? I may as well do the sign off. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one. It was a little bit slow. Certainly not as prolific as my last one with the comp and all of that, but do you know what? It's been really nice. It's nice to sit down, chill, enjoy the evening. I've seen plenty of shooting stars. It's nice to catch up with the boys again. Like I say, I haven't fished with Tom for quite a while. Yeah, it's just been really enjoyable. So, thanks for stopping by. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. I'm stoked I got my ray. And yeah, hopefully I will see you on the next one. Which has we've got another comp on Saturday, so next video out will be another comp. So until then, please take care, stay safe, and maybe I will see you out there. Cheers.